Well, go on, traders. Yeah, the traders here again. Alright, guys. Start of another trading week for Mullen. So, just wanna clear the here first, guys. So, I made a video the last time with regards to a possible leak contract for that $10 billion contract that Lawrence had mentioned. So, I had that. I read through the contract in my last video, and I saw a couple comments saying that I'm a liar. Um, you know, the what I'm saying is not true. All of that stuff. Guess what, guys? I say this over and over to you guys that what I'm presenting, I'm not presenting facts. I'm just presenting what came across my radar. I have always said I don't know how much of it is true, but all I'm doing is sharing information with you guys. As you know, I have always said trading penny stocks is high risk and it can be high reward. I'm not providing any financial advice, so you take the information that I present as you may. Okay, so all I'm doing is sharing what come across my radar. So hit me up in the comments if you're not a fan of this type of information. Let me know. If you want facts, then guess what? Chances are you need to maybe look elsewhere. But all I'm doing is just sharing information that came across my radar. Alright, guys, but with that said, let's get right into it. So as I can see here on my chart, I'm on the 5-minute chart. So Mullen pre-market fell down to 70 cents, popped back up to 79 cents, but it is basically flat. So let's jump in and see if any news came out. What can we expect from Mullen for today? So if we jump in here, let me go get into this one first. Yahoo Finance. I usually review Yahoo Finance before I go anywhere else. So as you can see on Yahoo Finance, on Friday Mullen was basically flat. Pre-market up 1.5%. Did any news come out? No news came out. This last news that came out was 11 days ago, so no new news came out. In terms of the market cap, Mullen did not have much of a movement in terms of any sell-off or additions. Market cap is at 128 million. The volume was a little bit low, 17 million compared to the average of 21 million. And in terms of comparison to the overall market, TSX went up almost 2%, S&P almost up 1.5%, Dow up almost 2%. In terms of the comps, Lucid went up 1.5%, Neo flat, Rivian basically flat, Xpeng went up 5%. So the market was basically not bad on Friday. So here is what came out. As I said, this is not facts. This is just what came across my radar, guys. So take it as you may. So this came out on Twitter. So this person, Doc the Hawk, whoever that is, said, here is Lawrence stating he's willing to answer any questions under the threat of perjury. The tech is real and shorts will be crying very soon. So this appears, mark my words, guys, appears to be Lawrence, his maybe responding to a message from someone. And this appears to say, I'm not sure what that is, says, maybe that's today or Monday, I'm not sure. So I'll just go on. Also, someone told me to forward this message to you or ask me really. So this is someone that forwarded a message. Let me zoom in here. So he said, could you please forward to Harj Law at that particular address? He says, I'll pay him 50,000 for 1 hour of his time. I would like to conduct an interview with 2 conditions. 1, I'll be allowed to record, and 2, he makes statements on the penalty of perjury. and this is a bona fide offer. And then this is from Financial Journey, interview with Lawrence, where he also brings up testing on two Lucid vehicles. Mullen, okay, that's not really applicable. All right, so then he responds here. This is maybe Lawrence. Not sure if it's him, but I'm saying maybe this is him responding. I'm open anytime. He will get nothing but the truth and the whole truth. My number is, and that's blacked out. I will sign whatever under the penalty of perjury. And then it says error. So I guess maybe you typed the wrong number and then put maybe the correct number there. So as I said, I'm just giving you what came across my radar. So this guy is asking that, Lawrence be interviewed, signs a document to say that if he makes any false statement, he can be held in the court of law for perjury. So let's see where that goes. This also came across my radar on Twitter. Don't know how true this is, but this says, as such, the world record of 901.8 kilometers or 560 miles of range for the Chevy Bolt EUV was achieved by taking full advantage of the model's energy regeneration system with special directives. The challenge was for drivers to avoid sudden acceleration and braking, no use of heating systems, seating, steering wheel, or air conditioning, as well as serene driving style that yielded an average speed of 35 kilometers or 21.7 miles per hour. So this is the Chevy Bolt EUV, sets 560 mile range world record. And this is following the official launch of the 2023 Chevy EV Bolt EUV in Brazil. General Motors has announced that the small electronic crossover sets a world record of 560 miles of range in South America country. So this came up on Twitter also. Let's see what else we have here. So this person, JML, says, seen tweets that David Mitchell will ruin Muln USA before production. They are also uninformed or aware of how deep and talented MA bench is, despite DM, which is David Mitchell. While DM is an irritant, this company has 200 plus minus seasoned veterans and employees. So they went through a list of all the employees here. They says John Taylor is a senior VP, came from Tesla. He had oversight of several planned startups and over 12 vehicle launches in the US and internationally. He started at GM then in the 2010 went to that other startup, aka Tesla, or the other EV company investors. Let's see, this guy here is Richard Curtis, is president of International Ops for MA and was president of Imperium Motor Company before. Prior to Imperium, he served as a turnaround specialist, Lithia Automotive Group in 3 western states. He also served as director of electronic vehicles and it goes on. It got cut off there, but it goes on. So, and then, there are several of them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it spoke about John Schregman. He was only held various executive roles in 35 years at GM and will oversee new enterprise or fleet sales opportunities. Then you have Ronald Dixon as of GM of government sales with focus on the US. Andre Hudson as Senior VP Design. Over 25 years, he was head of production design at Indy EV and worked for GM Motor Company Hyundai. Icona Design. Don Brothwick is VP of Commercial Sales, and it goes on and on and on. Yep, quite a number of I guess talented or experienced persons there. So yes, guys, this is kind of what I'm saying to you. I can only bring you what came across my radar. If you don't like that type of stuff, guys, this channel is not for you. But as I can say, this is basically what I'm just sharing. Okay, not saying it's facts, I'm just sharing. All right, so looking at this stock here, Mullen, as you can see, overall is basically flat. In terms of the options, we are looking at very low for Friday. So we came in at 9,000 for call options for Friday. Puts basically half of that, 4,900. So the volume is pretty low now, guys. In terms of volume, open interest for this week, pretty low, 8,000 for next week. Okay, next week is looking better. So maybe there could be an anticipation of something happening. Remember last time we saw where open interest was 107,000. I think that was the 21st of April. That was prior to the announcement of Lawrence Hodge coming on stream. So we usually use open interest as a guide to see what's happening. So there seemed to be a little bit spike for next week. A little bit. Not much to write home about. But at least, some volume will be coming in by next week. For the following week, let's see, the 23rd, pretty low. The 30th, pretty low. Yeah, so it's pretty low going forward. Alright, so that's kind of what I have for you for today, guys. As I said, just bringing you, not the facts, just bringing you information. Okay, so let's see what happens with Mullen today. At least we got a little pop up, a little drop. We got a little pop up. So let's see what happens today. And hopefully we'll get some news coming out. Alright, guys, that's what I have for you for now. So until, take care. And as usual, if you like this type of content, I almost said conference. If you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care, guys.